to some more oxygen not included. This is our max difficulty run. We're on episode, I don't know, 14 or so. Around cycle 700. Oh man. We've been making a lot of progress. First of all, we've got the Petroleum Factory fully fixed and running. You'll see that I have the secondary heat dump here. So the way this works is whenever the hot metal pours in here, it's going to trigger this sensor, which is going to go off after, looks like 345 seconds, although that doesn't really matter. We could just put that down to 1. But so what it's going to do is it's going to close this door until it's no longer liquid. And then once it's a solid, we have another gate here that will wait 40 seconds before actually shoveling that solid gold off to this area to get dropped into the oil and cooled. So essentially this just works off a timer, and I've just kind of had to tweak it based on how long it takes for the gold to transfer all of its heat over into the oil before we need to lower it down to its freeze point over here. This only closes for just, I don't know, a couple seconds, just long enough to keep it solid, because we don't want to dump more heat out of these tiles than we have to. Otherwise, we'll just have to heat them back up again. So this system is working and functioning properly. We are actually getting some petroleum making its way over to our plastic. There's none in the line because we've been turning it all into plastic, but that has been happening. So we're producing more petroleum than we actually need. So yeah, really happy with this. Kind of a pain in the butt that I had to set up the secondary heat dump system, but it's functioning now. Just wondering why this isn't pumping oil in, but it's kind of a wonky automation. I don't know. It's functioning now, and when we set up on the iron volcano, we won't have to set up this third steam turbine. But that's all taken care of. We also have set up our water cooling system over here. So we're no longer using the thermal nullifier and the 12 Weezworts. As you can see, they're pretty much all shut off because it's reached the temperature that they don't longer. Actually, why are they shut off? So one of them's working. I guess it just hasn't reached -60 over here yet. So, but yeah, it's reached the point where these Weezworts will stop working. We've cleared all the oil out of the line so it's not freezing and stuff. So this is no longer in use. But if we do need a cooling, then we already have this set up, so we can just like pipe something through here and send it to wherever it needs to be cooled. But yep, this guy it's set up exactly the same as in the. How'd that get in there? Apparently I forgot to sweep some gold. That's gonna bug me. Oh man. Oh, that's gonna bug me so bad. Whatever. Anyway, it's set up the exact same way as the recent video I released, which was just showing this system and showing how I set it up. Very simple system, but does exactly what I need it to do. As you can see here, if we go over to our water reservoirs, we have tons of water so far. We were down to like 200 kilograms at one point in this last reservoir, and since implementing that new system, boom, we're just building plenty up. We have also pumped our food storage room full of chlorine and put a carbon skimmer down here. So we filtered out all the carbon, and now we've got some nice chlorine just chilling in there, making everything nice and sterile. So essentially, I won't have any more problems with my immune systems unless we run into some like slime lungs or something. Because yeah, this is all being kept sterile. And for some reason, I left somebody. Over here, I left somebody on vitamin chews, and I forgot. I forgot that I had it enabled. I think it was Ellie. I think I gave Ellie all my vitamin chews, so she ate them all, literally all of them. So I have none left. And the Apothecary, for some reason, has a very low priority. They don't like to work it. I guess it is a 5. Let's increase it. Maybe we can get some more vitamin chews being produced over there. But yeah, we do need some more because we're out. We have none, as you can see, no vitamin chews. So we are working on our apartments. We've got 4 of them set up so far. So nearly all of our dupes have their own little pad to chill at. And how I've set this up is, so you'll see we've got like diamond window tiles on some, and that's because if we hover over here, you can see that the sculpture in the middle here actually hits both the top and the bottom. So it shoots through the window tile, and it actually does one square to each side of it. So we can get a little more decor bonus by simply adding a window tile underneath the sculptures. And we've also got some underneath the portraits, although that doesn't seem to matter. Yeah, it does actually. So it does hit the, I don't know if this top square counts when they're sleeping in the bed, but it still picks up the portrait, not the portrait, the statue here. So window tiles, so we can transfer some of that decor from this room into this room, and then gold tiles for the rest of them because they give such a huge decor bonus. We went ahead and also set up our plumbing over here. After setting up the new water cooling system with the steel aqua tuner, I decided that I'm not going to set up the toilet water coolant system because I just don't need to anymore. Once you gain access to steel, it's not really a factor. If I need more cooling down in the future, then maybe I'll consider it, but this system is like so easy to set up and works so good that unless you don't have access to steel, I don't see any point in setting up the toilet water coolant system. We have also set up a micro musher. We're not really producing berry sleds. I've got it set at a priority 5, so it will get made eventually, or sometimes. As you can see, I have 2 berry sledges, but we're not really consuming them because I don't have a reliable sleet wheat farm yet, and that might be something I look to get set up next, because I would like to boost my morale up so I could start pumping into better jobs, because you can see I'm still on tier 3 jobs. I pushed people over just to build something, and then I've moved them back so I don't have that permanent decor thing, because like, or not decor, morale, because like you need an electrical engineer to build a steam turbine. So I put Hassan over here. If I do this, actually, you can see he's at like 70%, and that's just from building the 4 or 5 that I have. So I've moved him away before he hit 100% and gained that morale requirement permanently. And I'll continue to do that until I start producing better food, which is probably pretty soon, but there's some other things I want to get done. Another thing to note on this is that I've got a element sensor here, so if the water does back up to this point, it's going to shut off the aqua tuner so I don't cool any more water, because if this line fully backed up, then we'd start getting some issues, so we don't want that to happen. And it will eventually. As you can see, I'm gaining more water than I'm using just on these bristleberries. So maybe we could set up another farm, or I don't know, maybe work on some sort of fertilizer creation thing. And if that's the case, I may want to stop filtering my polluted water. I don't know. There's other things I want to get done, like, I want to get a battery bank because I still don't have one. And if you look over here, I have 50 tons of gold. Like, holy cow, because this thing, I mean, I'm just dumping it all over here, but I've got so much gold, so I could literally just make like a huge battery bank out of gold batteries and be completely happy, and I need to do that. Another thing I want to get set up is automated storage, so I can just ship things into the storage and ship things out of the storage. I want to get that set up. I'd also like to get up some sort of gas and liquid storage, so I can like filter I can just have like one filter and just send all the gases there. Like I can just pump from any area, send the gases to that filter. The filter will filter out what I want and what I don't want, right? And then send it to where I need it. But so it's like essentially it'd be like a centralized air filter system. But that's another thing I want to get set up. But right now priority is up here. We're starting to build a bunker ceiling here, and I've left a tiny little gap in between the top just so I can build up a little regolith if I need to. It doesn't look like it's really building up too much, but I don't really have, you can see I've kind of done, in some areas I've kind of done the just every other tile, and that's because as you can see here, it's pelted all the way down to here. Well, it's pelted through the surface at least, and then over here as well, so I've got kind of a solid thing going there. That way we don't we don't break into this cold biome. And then I'm starting to head over here to get this one and this one. So I'm going to prioritize the areas that are getting the most damaged first, and then we'll fill in the gaps later. But we've got quite a ways to go. And we're not producing tons of steel, so it's going to take a while. I'd say to get this fully blocked off will probably take around, let's be safe and say 100 cycles. Probably less than that, but I'm going to be safe. We're also starting to build... Sorry, there was a fly in my face. We're starting to build sort of our barriers so we're not losing any gases or anything. And this is just right at the top of the like biomes. You see this like color change. That's it. There's like a flat line, and then there's these little mountains of it like on the top here. So you can just go up to the top and build across this straight line and get like the most area to build in. Not that you really need it, but hopefully this guy doesn't interfere with that. But that's where we are there. I really want to get this bunker or roof here, this protection done, so I can kind of stop worrying about the comets and just focus on what needs to be done to make this base. Propel it into the rocket age, which is where I'm going, or where I'm heading for as well. Because I want to get some rockets. I want to go into space, and I want to get, you know, tons of Weezeworts and gassy moos and all those things. Sounds like fun, man. I am going to need to let this hydrogen out, and I'm wondering if I just crack these tiles, because this is technically the closed-in area, but there's no slime lung around. There's a little bit dancing over here, but I mean, I don't want to let slime lung in, but even if I did, I don't think it'd be the end of the world. So if it's just a tiny amount, it's probably not going to be an issue. But you never know. It could be. Hydrogen goes up and to the left, right? Or is it the right? I think it's to the left. So let's just crack this tile. Let all this hydrogen flow out up into this area, which may eventually get vented into space. I don't know. Hopefully not, but you know, it might end up like up here or something. There we go. Go, hydrogen, go. And the oxygen over here is pressurized, so we're not going to be like pumping oxygen out of our base. In fact, we may even bring oxygen in because we have lower amounts inside. Kind of strange, actually. I thought I was over pressurizing my oxygen vents. As you can see, they are backed up. I guess I just need one up here. I don't need one. It's pretty saturated. As you can see, the spawns are working quite well. Temps over here have improved slightly, so we've added a second Weezewort and no more issues, no more heating up. It's actually cooling down slightly, so completely fine there. And it's, look at this. Like, when I first noticed this, I was like, wow, igneous insulated tiles of igneous rock are actually not that great. Now, I know this took like many cycles, but they've actually cooled down to a point where they're, you know, cool. Which is kind of crazy. You can see it over in the greenhouse too. So it makes me realize how sort of unreliable igneous rock insulated tiles actually are, and how much and how like overpowered abyssalite was for when we had it. So I think it's probably a good change overall that we can't use abyssalite anymore, because it does create more of a challenge early game. It's not like, oh well, heat's no longer an issue because I can just wall it off. Now, igneous rock, to be fair, the insulated tiles do work very well, and as long as you're creating, like, as long as you're pumping some sort of cool air into your base, then it's going to counteract any potential heat leaks that come through the insulated tiles. So it's still pretty easy to deal with, but it's no longer a non-factor, right? You still have to keep it in the back of your mind that there could be potential issues. Oh yeah, one other thing. If we go over here, we've discovered some more geysers. So we've got this natural gas geyser right here. So we've now got 2 natural gas geysers, and then boom, another cold steam vent. Now this one's pretty crappy, to be honest. 2.2 kilograms second, but Yeah, it's more water. I mean, I can't really complain, right? I have 4 of these guys now. The last 2 I found were arguably horrible, but with the other 2, I'm not really having any water shortage, so happy about it. So I've got 4 cool steam vents, 2 natural gas geysers, 2 metal geysers or volcanoes. So what's that? 8? We're up to 8 volcanoes. 1 polluted oxygen vent, and I think that's all. I don't know if I'll ever use this guy, honestly. Hot polluted oxygen vent. It does come out at 500 degrees, so maybe we could use that for something. But it's only 210 grams a second. I don't know. Potential, that has some kind of heating potential, but not very much. Trying to get this thing full of hydrogen. It's happening very slowly. And I think we've got some ice or something down here because water keeps making its way to the bottom. But yeah, we're just, this line's fully backed up. We're no longer using this thermal nullifier, so none of this hydrogen is going to go anywhere. So any extra hydrogen that we're siphoning off here is just being redirected over to the other thermal nullifiers for now. Eventually we will get some sort of other gas storage set up for it. Jobs mastered. What'd you get? Gossman. I think that's the last person. Yeah, that's the last person for the core air. So, have you done the research? You have. Well, you pretty much trained on everything else. What about here? There you go. Learn how to do art. That'll work out perfectly. Another thing I could do is work on the decor a little bit more because it's nice in the bedrooms and all, but the only people who are really getting great decor are like the cooks and the farmers and then potentially operators because the decor over here isn't bad. What's the decor down here? This refinery, I don't think it's operated too much, so that's kind of not really an issue. Ooh, over here could be... I mean, negative 67 is really not horrible for being like out in the wilderness, but we could add like a couple sculpting blocks or some portraits or something. Maybe we can't. I mean, those would still reach it. I don't know that we need to. Let's see. Who's our main operator? Operator. Gossman is our main operator. So look at Gossman's decor here. Ugly, -1. That's not too bad considering he's out operating and things. Ah, the showers too. I need to get the, you know what? Let's get an apartment set up for every dupe. That way we all get the shower buff. And that's going to be +3 decor, which is going to be amazing. I'll make this stuff out of gold. I'm not sure if it even matters, but not really an issue right now because I have plenty of gold. Oh, this hydrogen, please get pumped out over here. I mean, we could just leave it in there. It's not going to cause any problems or anything, but it kind of bugs me to have hydrogen in my bedrooms. Are you guys, like, am I crazy? Because like little things like this actually bug me. Maybe you guys can leave me a comment if it bugs you as well. Like if you have, let's see, where'd the sandstone go? Oh, you know what? Let's go like this right here. Just having sandstone in this room that is closed off and these little things, that bugs the heck out of me, man. I want to crack them open and get it out. So let me know if those kind of things bug you as well, because I am curious. All right, let's finish this stuff. More of these, another one there, and then some portraits. Bop bop. Bop bop medicano. Alright, and then some window tiles and some gold doors. We don't actually need window tiles on the outside here. We could do gold. You know what? Never mind, we do, because we're gonna have apartments on this side as well, and then these sculptures will their decor will make it over into the bedrooms. So we want window tiles for sure. Let's get another bed down here. Doom. All right, we're good. Oh, we should probably do the piping. That might help. We got our input line. Oh no, we're making it out of granite. I hate this. I hate how it starts you off on granite. Why granite? You know, why granite? Granite's like, you rarely ever want to build things out of granite. So why does it start you on granite? It makes no sense. Game, please. Boom. All right. And that timer means we are out of time for this video. Let me think if there's anything I really want to touch on before we end it. I don't think so. I think I've covered everything pretty well. Probably not going to touch this iron volcano for a while, in case you were wondering. Oil level's still pretty high, so we're not going to be really messing with this geyser yet. Yeah, I mean, everything's going pretty well, so that's it. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up or the thumbs down if you didn't like it, but I mean, who wouldn't like it, right? If you have any questions or suggestions or feedback for me, leave it in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.